There's Charles and Melissa. Okay, are you two the two presenters? I think that's right. So both of you guys put them in the discussion already?
Uh,
I heard that Melissa put that one in there. Let me see. Melissa, do you have your mic on?
What happened to Marcia?
Somebody's there. Let's see. Let me go to discussions. That would be here. I know I got an email from Melissa saying that she recorded it, but her sound was a little faulty. So she was going to go ahead and present again tonight in the Hangout. Is that right? Well, I can't hear you, Melissa. Is your sound on?
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's go down here. Group presentations. Yeah, there is one here, which would be Melissa's. Hers is on iOS, or theirs is. Oh, but I don't see.
I was going to pick it too. But you were going to do it just because it's a book with it.
I don't see an attachment. Here is the link. Oh, I see.
There's a difference. Right. On this line here, there's only one number missing. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 9. Yep.
Okay, so let me post this one here. Command B.
Look up here. There's only 2 numbers missing there. Which ones are missing? Seven, 8, 9, 5, 6.
We've got the background. Something's going on in the background on one of them. Oh, there's, okay, Melissa's on there twice, but I don't know if her sound's on. There's Irina. Oh, and Brittany's there, too. She's muted, though.
yeah, it looks like we're getting close to a full house.
Oh, my goodness. I know Brittany said she may have to be on her phone from work, but Melissa, is your mic not working?
Yeah.
She must not be able to hear.
I can hear.
Oh, you can hear?
You can hear me. Yeah.
But you just can't. Is yours? Let me see. I can't hear you.
Oh.
Now I do. Now I do. There's 2 of you there, though.
I don't know why. That's driving me crazy. Google decided not to respond and open up in a new window, and now there's 2 of you.
Who's got all the background noise? I guess we'll have to. Oh, I know what that is. That's your presentation, isn't it? That I hear going, maybe.
Probably.
Okay, so we'll pause that.
And like I said, you can turn the sound off and just go through it. I went through it nice and slow anyway, so.
Well, we want to hear what your narration is, though.
Right.
So let's see. How do you want me to do it? You want me to just turn the sound off? Is that what you said? And then you'll narrate it?
But when I look back at it, and listen to it, my microphone is really choppy.
Okay.
So I basically just read it off as I went through. And it's kind of 13 minutes long. I didn't know that was really long. Yeah.
There are a lot of pictures, yeah.
So let's see, which do we want to do? Do you want to share your screen and go ahead and give the presentation, or do you want, because it'd be better if you narrate it. Now this is the one that's Melissa, Irina, and Brittany Phillips, right? Or Brittany, right? Brittany Fox. Okay, so Charles, yours is the one that's Brittany Phillips, and who else? Oh, he's muted. Let me look. Okay. Charles, are you still there? Oh, somebody.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, who's in there with you? Yours, Brittany Phillips, and who?
Brittany and Catherine.
Catherine. Okay. So you're doing yours alone, right?
Well, if they can't make it, then I'll take and go ahead and do mine alone.
Did they say? I didn't ever hear back from either one. So.
Well, I had received an email from, I believe, Catherine about the presentation and everything.
Uh-huh.
But when I replied to her for that email, I haven't heard back from her since.
Okay, did they do part of it, or was it just...
They did part of it. They took in...
okay.
Catherine took and did a presentation that did a bunch of the business side of it.
Is it all in one, or do you have access to all of their stuff?
Yes, we took and created a Google folder to take and put all the stuff in. I just need to go through and make sure I...
Okay. Okay, well, since Brittany's still at work. Brittany, are you still at work? I guess you can't talk, but let me...
I could talk, but I'm kind of driving a really loud truck, so it's probably best I mute
okay. All right. Well, do you need for us to do one first that you haven't seen? Are you going to be need to leave before both of them are done, or?
No, I can listen and watch. It's loud where I am.
Okay. All right. Okay. So who wants to do theirs first?
Ladies first.
Okay, Melissa's going to do hers. Okay, go ahead. Is Melissa doing the narration? Let's see. Melissa, do you want me to put the presentation up? Oh, something happened to her sound again, I guess. Oh, it says left and then joined. Are you there, Melissa? Irina, you may end up having to do it because her sound goes off and on. Do you know what the presentation is or no?
I did not even have time to listen because I got home a little bit before 9 o'clock.
Okay, and y'all's is all together in this one. So I guess I can play it, and because she did narrate it, but something, I don't know what she was saying. Oh yeah, see, her mic is muted right now. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there she's coming up again. And her mic's still muted. No, it's not, maybe. Melissa, are you there now?
Yeah, my internet router likes to kick on and off, and it just booted me off, so it's kind of...
Oh, okay. All right, so do you want to go ahead and... Do you want me to put the presentation up and you narrate it, or would you rather have it on your screen, or what?
Hopefully my router will not kick me off again, but
Okay.
I can share my screen and put it up. So just a second. Okay, might help if I start from the beginning. All right, can everybody see that okay? Because I
Uh-huh.
can't. All right, cool. And I will make a side note. Yes, iOS 8 did, but of course it was not out when we were doing this.
Okay.
So we're covering yeah, marketing and business development and user concerns.
Alert from calendar. Mobile app presentation.
Oh.
Okay.
Alert from calendar. Mobile app presentations.
That's funny.
All
You
right.
can also push this hide button, and that stop sharing will
Ooh,
hide.
yay,
There
there
you
we
go.
go. All right. Adapter, well, you know. Well, as adaptation goes, the iOS updates are over the air, and it's estimated that 52% of all iOS devices are updated to iOS 7 in the week after its release. The previous versions of iOS had adaptation rates above 90%. That means your business generally doesn't have to worry about users being stuck on out-of-date versions. And it's really about the web traffic. iOS maintains the most mobile web traffic. In the last 2 years, it's maintained 60% of the web traffic in North America by itself. And here is the graph for that, but it's probably really small, and I don't know if you guys can actually see that. Many businesses will choose to set up with iOS before Android. As we covered, users tend to adapt quickly, but they also are more likely to buy apps. This is partly due to the iTunes and the seamless buying system that they have. iOS apps are compatible with all devices, although some apps are marketed specifically for iPads and iOS apps. But any iOS app is compatible with any current iOS product. Strict protocols keep developers' work safe from corruption, copying, even theft or whatnot. iOS is also one of the more secure devices. It has, let me see, it has locks, fingerprint locks, activation locks, and if it ends up in the wrong hands, it can't be reactivated. They can't use it. So therefore, should an employee lose it, it's safe. With AirDrop, teamwork and sharing is encouraged when employees are able to share files and documents right from their devices. It lets them get to the task quickly and sometimes effortlessly. And the apps are free. With iOS 7, they started offering a bunch of the apps for free instead of making people buy them. This includes things like Pages, Numbers, Keynote, iPhoto, and iMovie. So why not? Developer concerns. iOS uses Cocoa Touch as its programming language. Cocoa Touch is based on Apple's Objective-C. Developers with C programming and C++ experience will find it easy to pick up on Objective-C language. Apple also offers Xcode 5 for free. This includes the IDE, compilers, and the latest SDKs. As the membership includes it's a $99 year fee that includes the SDK tools, access to the development center, and the technical resources. You can test and debug your apps on your device, and you have App Store distribution. Of course, you get to pick your price, and you get 70% of the revenue. You see even monthly payments. There's no charge for free apps, no credit card fees, no hosting fees, no marketing fees. Or so they say. There we go. So it's basically built on a develop, test, and distribute system. You can develop your application, you can test it on your own product, your own device, and then you can distribute through the Apple iStore, App Store, not App Store. There's more Android devices than iOS, and the Play Store downloads are rising, but Apple makes a bigger profit. It's an 87% bigger profit than Google Play. User concerns? No, you guys, I'm going to just
Ashi?
Oops.
condense these. iOS 7 had some issues, like the iMessage bugs and battery drain security issues, but Apple is very good at fixing said issues. Like, for example, the messages were failing to deliver, but with iOS 7.3, they had fixed that particular bug. A number of users were saying that that with iOS 7 on their older phones, the iPhone 5, the iPhone 4, reported a dip in battery life, but Apple has yet to fix this issue, but there are some workarounds. That includes turning off the AirDrop feature or the background PPP refresh. Apple has also changed the way that the calendar is designed with the daily review. They've also changed how, basically, what was it again? Sorry guys, I don't remember this one very much. Basically, they changed how it looks and how people can use it. The passcode and the techniques were fairly sharpish. Apple has now fixed this. Apple also confirmed fixing another issue that allows calls to be made. Let's see. With iOS 7, the universal search had been taken off. Apparently, it was like so much that they actually turned around and put it back with the iOS 7.3 update. A lot of people were having issues with the animations, making them motion sick.
Mm.
So, Apple went and drastically changed the functions to suit this issue. That was also released in 7.3. And that is it.
That was good. Now, y'all, and of course, you know now iOS 8 has come out, so there's a lot of changes. But I don't think they can yet download iOS 8 on the older phones because it would take up too much space.
I think the latest you can go back on the phones for iOS 8 is the 4S. Anything before that won't support the iOS 8.
That's what I figured. I couldn't remember how far back, but yeah, I knew there'd be a problem.
I'm just gonna say it's really hard to up Apple when you're an Android user. So yeah, that was difficult.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Or you can. Well, she has the link already posted there, so after tonight you can go in and give some comments on the iOS. That was a good presentation. I know it's tough for all y'all to get together, so this was at least y'all were able to merge them together. That's about how we have to do. Okay, Charles, we're ready for Android then. Isn't that what you did? I think.
Yes, we did more of an Android. When I first took and saw the deal, I was kind of misread the assignment deal. I thought we had to take and create sort of like an application or something for it.
Okay.
But it still works because we can focus the application to take and say why we chose Android over the iOS, which is a very good, pretty good idea and everything on it, because the idea that we had for the program would not work on the iOS platform. And actually goes back to the founding days of the Android development. And I think I can't remember the two guys' names, but I know when they were originally trying to develop Android, they were trying to take and do it for cameras.
Oh.
And found out that it wouldn't work, but it actually gave them some pretty good capabilities for using it on a phone, and went to using it for a phone instead.
Huh.
Or at least this is what I found on the wiki site. So you're going to have to take that one with at least a decent grain of salt academically. Okay. So, share screen. Which screen? So this one.
We can hear the background. Is that yours?
Yes, my wife and two brats are talking with my mother-in-law on the computer in the living room.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, my family is a technophile family. Okay.
Chocolate is awesome. Like my school's? Yep, she got some of your school's candy bars. And you know, that's why yeah, Mommy got them for her. Mommy was nice. It's 260, it's good by 2.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to take and get the share screen going here.
I buy her a full box.
One more presentation. Okay. They can't see. It's a 10-minute thing. About 10 more minutes. Just. I'll try to put
Okay. Okay. The item that me, Catherine, and Brittany took and came up with was a program for the Android device, primarily that allows you to take a digital camera, one that either has the Wi-Fi capability built in. I'm talking more of the professional style cameras. Either that, or you could take and USB tether it to your phone, and then using the phone as an uplink back to your place of business, if you're a tabloid studio or a newspaper studio, so they can take and get the pictures as quickly as possible. One of the things we found out by taking and doing some of the research on it was that with the iPhone or iOS, because of their restrictions, there's no way to custom make the OS for the phone. Whereas with the Android system, I can actually download the iOS, add the programs that I want into it, recompile it, and then send it back up to the phone as a tailor-made system for your company. Which gives me some advantages. I can get rid of a lot of the bloatware that's in a standard phone and give it a much better battery life than what it would have normally. I can also take and use the system as a direct deal Wi-Fi or camera to phone and then uplink. I can also use the micro SD card that's inside the phone as a buffer, depending on how quickly it takes and requires for the phone or the pictures to go through. One of the main concerns that we had with the iPhone was the iCloud leak that they had recently. I understand that it has been fixed, but what's to say that for this to not happen again? At least with the Android system, if it's a custom-made Android app where we have to compile the software inside the phone, then we can pretty much assure that there is no third-party software programs that's going to take and cause a security leak. Is it an overall concern for security? For something for photos that's going to be hitting the press pretty much the next day, not as much of a security leak. Now, if it is going to be something along the lines of a government type deal, then Android is not going to be the choice because the government does not sanction Android devices at this time. But that's mainly because of sorry, the word escapes me and everything at the moment. Okay. I have not had time to take and go over a bunch of this stuff. I was hoping to have other things here. One of the other reasons why we also chose the go with the Android system is there's actually a much larger hardware base out there over the Apple phone systems. It was originally where iOS and the Apple phones were the dominant people on the market, but here within the last year or so, Android's actually taken over on both the hardware and app side. So there's more people to actually get some of these programs too, or to set this type of system up for. Programming language, either one is going to be okay. Java is a fairly easy program to work with, and currently iOS is using Objective-C, although I have read in some of the new release material that they're going to be going over to a new program called Swift. And they also have the new iOS 8 that's just recently been released. So it's finding out what all new is going to be required for the iOS 8 over the traditional Android system. Another reason for us to take and go with the Android system is it's open source. If we have a problem coming up with a program or some way to take and do things, it's much easier for me to go to SDK developers and throw a shout out to someone there. There's a fairly good chance that somebody's either run into the problem or is willing to take a look at it for you, whereas this is not possible with the iPhone. Okay, that's it on the screens there. Okay. On.
Oops, we lost your screen.
Okay. One of the things we had to try to get, or that Brittany had done for us, was using some of her Illustrator and graphic skills and everything to try and get some sample photographs of what the screenshots could take and easily look like. Of course, she used her cat for some of the information here. The other thing,
this is what the app's going to do? Is that what you're saying?
yes, the app could actually take and upload the information from the cell phone to your Google Drive, Dropbox, or any other form of application and everything. One of the things I did find when looking through the iOS information is they refuse to take and do some third-party apps on things, and if I remember correctly, the only one we'd be able to take and use for something like this on their side would be the iCloud for their photo storage, which again limits us on what we're capable of actually doing. I'm pretty sure there's probably a way to take and do it software-wise, which would be ideal in the iPhone system, but I just don't know if it would actually pass through Apple's stringent policy deal on their software. Okay, and for that right there, I am pretty much done.
Okay.
I'm not the best presenter person in the world.
That's all right. Y'all did good, more than you were able to meet together and merge everything. Hopefully, you all learned something about both operating systems. And what we're going to do after next week, let's see, the week I'm gone, I'll probably start in on the iOS stuff with assignments, but when I come back, we're going to not only, kind of do things with Objective-C, but we're going to use all the Adobe stuff. So you may end up, if you don't have the CC Creative Cloud, have to just download some trials to be able to do it if you're not a member of the Adobe Creative Cloud. But we're going to build the iOS apps using the Adobe stuff. So that will be a little different. So anyway, that was great. We finally got at least 4 people together. That's better than 2. That was our tops up until tonight. So anyway, you guys did a great job. I'll stop this and then this will be posted. But go ahead and put your, let's see, Melissa's is already over there, the link. Charles, do you have yours in a format where you can put a link, or do you just want to use this?
I will go ahead and use this here.
Okay.
I can upload the Google PowerPoint that Brittany put together and Catherine put together up there as well. So if people want to take and go through and read it.
Okay. You can put it on